So we're on our way to karate, but with the gi, this is a ninja right here. So I pull in, there's a car in the far lane, then there's like a bunch of empty lanes, and then there's like the first lane that I pull into. So I pull into the first lane because it's empty, right?
Exactly.
Right, there's no wait. So my dude comes over and he's like, why do you come in and pull into my lane all the time when there's an open lane over there? I'm like, what? So
there's lane selection now?
Yeah, right? So I'm half in shock that the guy is telling me to pick another lane, and half in shock as to saying, did he just tell me to pick another lane? So I'm thinking to myself, pal, you work at a gas station. You don't want to pump my gas. Don't work at an effing gas station. Earmuffs. He's like, I am only kidding. He's like, Indian guy. I don't know what country he's from. He thinks I know him on a first name basis. I don't know the guy. I know he works there. He's there a lot. Because, it's either him or the other guy that looks like he's out of jail. Because he does. So he's like, I'm only kidding with you. I'm trying to fake the accent. And he goes and pumps my gas for $20. And he's like, you wanted regular, right? And I'm like, yeah, regular. Jeez, just pump my damn gas.
The gas needs to be pumped.
The gas needs to be pumped. Never going back there again.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode with my pal Alex and Feisty Pants.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to... Oh, what a effing day. We're trying to pick the top 10 rarest Pokemon in Pokemon Go. Now, we went over the list. We went through the entire dex as to what's available right now. And we actually came up with 15. So we're going to give some five of them are going to be like honorable mentions. Yeah, that thing is hard to get. And then we're going to go 10 all the way down to 1, just in our personal opinion, based on what we've seen in the wild, what we've seen in raids, and
stuff.
I couldn't get tasks and quests out in the same word. You get one word.
Task.
In research. Third word. 2 syllables.
Phenomenal.
8 letters.
7 letters.
7 letters. I can't even spell. All right, so honorable mention to Ditto. Because you don't catch Ditto in the wild. You got to catch like one of 15 other freaking Pokemon. And hopefully maybe it's a Ditto. Yeah. Honorable mention to evolved forms. Meaning like, say there's a Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur is always in the wild, right? But you don't always see an Ivysaur, and you don't always see a Venusaur.
Yeah,
I couldn't think of what it was. But so multiply that times however many Pokemon are in the game, basic level Pokemon, and then all the evolved forms. This guy with the gas station, GDI.
This man over here needs a new
I got a new T-shirt. Pump my gas, damn it.
I'm dying.
I'm dying over here.
We're all dying.
We're all dying. All right, so evolved forms.
We're all gonna die.
You get it, right? Like, you might see a Larvitar in the wild a lot more often than you'd see a Tyranitar.
Exactly.
Right. Exactly. Honorable mention to Latias. The first time around Latias was out, no one cared because everybody was after Shiny Ho-Oh. Now, yes, Latias has been in field research, and he just had a couple weekends ago, the Latias and Latios weekend, so that's cool. All right. Honorable mention to Tyrogue's evolutions. In the beginning, it was dark.
It was a dark evening.
And then there was a bang, and stuff started forming. In the beginning, it was just Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan, and
you could catch both of them in the wild.
You could catch both of them in the wild if you were lucky. And then they bring out Tyrogue, and now you got Hitmontop. So, my buddy Angel, you remember she was trying to get the Hitmontop?
Yeah, and she couldn't.
Not lucky, just registered to the dex. She hatched 18 effing Tyrogues before she got a Hitmontop. So, honorable mention to Tyrogue and his evolutions. Honorable mention to regionals. Do you know how hard it is to find a Pachirisu up in Edmonton?
It sucks.
They say that's the place to find it. We traded for ours. We got lucky Pachirisu. Carnivine is in this weird triangular thing from like the Carolinas down to like I don't know, the islands or something, and then out to the Bahamas and back, and it's mostly water, So I mean, unless you're on a boat,
Yeah, as long as you're on a cruise, you're not catching this guy.
Yeah. Other regionals, you like Torkoal has got a weird thing. He's just over in India there. Who's the one in all over Africa? Tropius is all over Africa, and then he branches out like to the bottom of Europe there, like in Spain, kind of the way like Heracross is South America, and then he hits like the bottom of Florida. Farfetch'd is out in Japan. Who's in Australia? Kangaskhan?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then Mr. Mime.
Oh, Mr. Mime is, Europe, which is, big enough, Who's the fish out there?
Corsola?
No, Corsola is coral.
Oh.
He's a coral reef dude.
Oh, Relicanth.
Relicanth is pretty cool, but he's only out in New Zealand, and that's not a big place. Well,
it's tiny.
Technically, it's a big place underwater. If you watch enough History Channel, they discovered there's a submerged continent, and New Zealand is the top of it, but the continent underneath is all under the water. It's under there. You gotta watch TV.
Is this the new Atlantis?
No, Atlantis is in the Mediterranean Sea. It's this.
Good.
It's this.
Now we know
island.
there's a second Atlantis. This is amazing.
Well, I mean, it's bigger than Atlantis.
A second city like Atlantis.
No, this is a continent.
Just agree with me here.
Atlantis was a city. This is a continent.
I'm trying to make connections here.
There'd be a lot of Atlantises in this continent. There'd be like 57 million Atlantises. All right. So
Atlantis
regionals,
wasn't that
right?
tiny.
Regionals, and then the two new regionals. Maractus, he's in like Brazil, and I think parts of Mexico. I'm not entirely positive, but it's like a weird. It's like a weird regionality there. And then Sigilif is Greece and Egypt, and that's it. Like the ancient world.
The ancient world.
So that brings us to number 10 that we ranked on our top 10 list. Riolu.
Exactly.
You can hatch him out of 10-kilometer eggs. You can hatch him out of 7-kilometer eggs, and that's it. He doesn't spawn in the wild. Nothing. Kind of hard to come by. I've hatched a few already, but not a good one. Even the lucky one that I traded for is not that great.
I surprisingly do have a good one.
Do you?
Not enough candy.
Not enough candy. See, not enough candy to evolve as good Riolu.
I have like 43 candies on a 96%.
You need just like one more.
I know.
You know what we gotta do? We gotta get you some raids and get you some rare candy, and maybe we'll make that happen.
Well, that's on a different story because I'm hunting Axew.
I must ask you a question. What is it, number 9? It's Smeargle. How many damn pictures do I gotta take before a Smeargle spawns in the wild? 47,863 is the answer.
That's too many.
That's a lot of pictures, man.
That's gonna literally
Some
kill
people
your
get it in 5 pictures. Some people get it. I've taken 1,000 pictures of my buddy, and he can't spawn in the wild. Listen, it's hard to get. That's what we're saying.
I only got 2.
Number 8. You got a lucky one, though.
Oh, yeah, I do have a lucky one.
Not lucky here. Number 8, Scraggy. Let me tell you how PO'd I am about Scraggy. I don't like to battle. I can't tell you what power type is better than the other and what counters what.
That's where I come into play.
That's where he comes into play. He's the only reason why I win things. So here's Scraggy. You get him. Either you got to cough up a raid pass, and not your daily free raid pass, like one that you pay for. You got to cough up a raid pass, and you get an encounter in your second battle. Or you play for free without the raid pass, and your encounter's in the fourth win. It's not even a battle, it's a win. You got to win 2 battles, or you got to win 4 battles. And you only get to play 5 at a time. Then they stick you because you don't get a Scraggy encounter. You get other things like Snorlax. Skarmory! Who the F wants a Skarmory out of a battle encounter? There's enough of them in the wild.
They all suck.
Then you advance your badge, and there's more crap in the pool besides Scraggy.
At least it's good stuff and not crap.
Man, they really know how to take your money. What number was that? That was only number 8. I'm so pissed. Number 7, Spiritomb. Because he was only available twice, 2 Halloweens so far. Number 6. Oh, he's up top.
Yeah, up top.
I couldn't find it. Mime Jr. was one of the rarest events I've seen in my life. Now, Mime Jr., Mime Jr. was available, I think it was like 5 days out of 7-kilometer eggs only in Europe where Mr. Mime spawned. And then even more rare was the shiny Mime Jr. Number 5, shiny Slackoth. Slackoth on Community Day, they messed it up, and nobody was catching shiny Slackoth. So you can still catch a shiny Slackoth in the wild now, but it's like the same kind of ratio of catching a shiny Pikachu or a shiny anything else that was in Community Day. You know, your odds are you're not going to catch one. So, shiny Slackoth.
Wait, I don't think you got a shiny Slackoth.
Definitely did not get a shiny Slackoth.
I got one.
You got one. Nothing over here. Number 4.
Victory.
Number 4. Number 4 was Shedinja. Out one time, that was it.
And that was for like a month.
What? Was it a month? What was it?
It was months for the field research, as like the 7th when you spawn.
No, it was special research.
It was
because you only got one.
No. You got multiple.
No.
When you got the 7 stamps, he was the encounter. Because I remember we traded like 4 of them for Lucky, and none of them went.
Are you sure?
I'm sure, because I know.
We'll have to check our decks and how many we've caught.
Short intermission.
Short intermission. Check the decks.
I've caught 8 Shedinjas.
8 Shedinjas. All right, I'm wrong. That doesn't happen often, folks. So Shedinja, number 4. Number 3, shiny Meltan. This guy. All right. First of all, you need a Nintendo Switch, which is not the easiest, cheapest thing to come by. Then you need to get so far advanced into the game's progress that you need to, to reach the stage where you can get to the yard where you upload the Pokemon to your whatever it's not Sword and Shield, it's the other one.
The Let's Go Eevee.
Let's Go Eevee or Pikachu.
And
then you get a box, and then you open it, and then only twice was it available to get a shiny Meltan, and more times than often you got it. But then you couldn't do it again for like another 4 days, or I think it was 7 days, and then they changed it, lowered it to 4.
I thought it was 3, but
it could have been whatever
number it was.
It was hard to get.
I know.
Really know how to spend your money. Number 2. What was number 2? The Lake Trio. What? Number 1. That's all you get. Number 1, unknown. I know people that don't even have an unknown yet, let alone maybe 1 or 2. And now they're like, now they're exclusive to these events. Like if you go to Chicago Fest, not last year but the year before, that was the only place that you get the question mark. So if you didn't go to Chicago Fest, you didn't get the question mark. This past year, they didn't spawn at places like Comic-Con. The year before they did, and you can get like the letters that spell out Comic-Con. Not last year, but the year before you could. So if you were able to go to all 3 Comic-Cons, like San Diego, Chicago, and then New York, you were able to get like a serious amount of letters. I remember we were doing a Suicune. We used to call them Sweet Corn. We were doing a Suicune raid at the 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
That's no longer there. Do you remember?
Yeah.
And
rip that gym.
And Matt. Jesus.
Jesus.
We call him Jesus.
We call him Jesus.
Long hair and my pen was in my ear. Yeah. And he's got a beard and he looks like Jesus. So anyway, he's in a chat and somebody had said that there was an unknown letter A spawned in Seaside. I never drove so fast in my life, but we made it and we caught it on like
all 4
my
accounts.
account, your account, Uncle Scott's account. I think it was 3 accounts.
No, the red
It
account.
was 4. Our red account.
Our red account when it was like a
drowned by
being.
carp when it was a young account.
Young carp.
Young carp. But that was it. That was the letter A. That's the one we had. And that concludes our list of rare Pokemon in Pokemon Go. Tell us how you feel about the list. Tell us what you think is rare. What don't you have? What did you have a hard time getting? Put it in the comments. That's what we want to hear. I think
Exactly.
it's time to get to karate.